Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Zen, where I guide you through creating a beautiful little piece of art using the Zentangle method of drawing. Today I have a 2-inch by 2-inch tile. Feel free to use whatever you have on hand. It can be larger, it can be scrap paper, anything you have. I'm using a Micron PN pen that is a plastic nib, a Zentangle brand pencil for shading, and a tortillon for blending. I am not starting with a pencil today. I'm going to start right away with my pen. If you prefer to start with a pencil, go right ahead. All right, so we're going to use 2 tangles today. The first one is called Aquafleur. The second one is called beaded. All right. Again, I'm going to start with my pen. Use whatever you'd like. I'm going to start by drawing a heart shape. And to make my heart shape, I'm going to put a little dot just above the center of my paper as a guide. And I'm going to draw a pretty wide and tall heart, so it takes up most of my tile. This is my string today that I am drawing in. All right, there's my heart. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to put a little circle in the middle of the heart. It's going to be my starting point. And then I'm going to make a backwards 6. There's probably a better way to describe that, but that's how I'm feeling it today. So I'm going to go around this circle and come off in a curve towards the side. So I kind of made this little circle, followed it, and made this curve. I'm going to do that again, but this time I'm going to come out a little bit further than the first one. And now I'm going to add a little cap on the end over here. So I'm going to imagine this coming out, continuing on, and going just beyond that second line. Does that make sense? It's like a little bump coming beyond the second line. Then I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to sort of follow this circle and come down in a curve. And come down in a curve again, but a little bit further away. So it should be like a point up by the circle. And then over here be a little bit wider. And I'm going to take this line here and extend it in a bump just beyond the first one. I'm turning my tile as I go, which is the nice thing about having a smaller piece that you're working on. You can move it around. All right, I'm going to continue, follow that circle. That one I didn't curve as much as I would like, but you're making a curve and another curve just beyond it. And then taking that first line, bumping it out and beyond the second one. All right, I'm going to do that again. Making a curve, sort of like a backwards 6, this little circle, then the curve. Do it again, come out a little bit wider. Take that first line, bump it out and over. Now this next one I want to line up, but I don't want it to end up right in the point of the heart, so I'm going to make sure it comes a little bit before that. So that when I bump this out, we can see where it's going. Do this again. Now this time I want to go beyond. Come way over here. And go along beside it. Take that first line, bump it out and over. And I'm going to fit one more in here. If you have room, you might have room for a couple more, depending on how wide or narrow you made yours. All right. Now comes the fun part. Right now it looks really flat. It's a good time to take a screenshot of your drawing or a picture of your drawing, and we're going to watch it sort of turn three-dimensional. So I'm going to go to that very first shape that I made, and I'm going to, right where this little line is, the edge of the heart, I'm going to make almost like a little jagged scribble. And then I'm going to leave a space and make a little jagged scribble here. And I'm going to go around and do that on every one. So where the line is, I'm going to make a jagged little scribble. And then just inside, another jagged scribble. You can do these in any order you want. If you want to make that whole ribbon shape and fill it all in first, you can. I sort of like the muscle memory of drawing all the lines the same and then going back and putting in these little jagged reflections. So the first one goes on the line, second one goes just inside, right on the line, just inside. And I'm doing my last one. All right, so now we get to sort of take a deep breath and just enjoy a little bit of coloring. So I'm going to take this first one, and where that jagged line is, I'm going to finish coloring it in towards that middle. And then I'm going to color this part out and fill in where it goes over the line and across. So the next one I'm going to fill in towards the middle. And then I'm going to fill in this outer area where it goes across. Again, I'm turning my tile as I go. This would be beautiful with a red pen. I just tend to work mostly in black and white. So the reason that we went and put those little jagged edges in first is because if you don't, sometimes you end up coloring right over the spot that you wanted to leave open. So I want to make sure we have that little open spot there that's white. Turning and coloring. Filling in my last one. All right. So that's Aquafleur, and you can do it on any shape. Usually it's more of like an amoeba type shape. And if you Google Aquafleur Zentangle, there's so many really cool ideas. But I thought it would be fun to do it on a heart. Sort of looks like it's wrapping itself around. All right, so I didn't think that was enough. I wanted to add something else. So I was trying to think of something a little more elegant to put around a heart. So I'm gonna do beaded. And for beaded, I'm going to make a line in between the two Aquafleur ribbons. And I'm gonna come out and jump. But only one line. I'm not going to do two this time. So one line, come out and jump. Kind of like a little hook. Come out and jump. Come out and jump. And I've got one more. All right, so for beaded, all we do is make these little dark dots. Doesn't that look elegant? And it looks like it's maybe hovering a little bit above the heart shape. So just turn your tile and keep going. If you'd like to make your little beads small and then get larger, you can. In your last little bead, if you want to make it look like it's kind of tucking in behind, I'll show you. So this one here, maybe I make it look like it's disappearing behind the shape. Keep going. And again. Beaded is a fun tangle to add to almost anything you're doing. It's simple, but it's elegant. All right, there's beaded. It was so pretty. Step back and look at it. And then I'm going to take this little middle circle and I'm just going to color that in. I want it to almost look like it's indented there, almost like a button or like on a cushion, how it pushes down. I don't know, I'm sure there's a term for that, but how that little button kind of pushes down. All right, I'm gonna put my pen down, pick up my graphite pencil for shading. Any pencil will work. You don't have to have a graphite pencil. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of graphite on these outside edges. So I'm just putting a little bit. I'm not going to go over the black, but these outside edges here. Just putting a little bit of graphite. Again, we're trying to make this look three-dimensional. Give it some volume. Going around the outside here. Right over the beads. All right, I have all that done. And I'm going to add a little bit inside the middle where the beads are. Just a little bit right in there. Okay. Now I take my pen or my tortillon for blending, and I'm just going to make these little circles and make this a soft edge. I'm just kind of softening that. You want it to be right up against the edge. You don't want a white line between your shading and the edge. Push that in there and soften it up. After it's softened, I'm going to push it just a little bit towards the middle, so gently. You want it to be very subtle. Just pulling it out, pushing it out, just a little bit at a time. I'm skipping over those white reflective parts. When you're shading, what you don't want is a definite line. You want your eye to just sort of see that it's darker here and then lighter. You don't want there to be a line where your eye stops. If I want, I can go back and even add it a little bit darker on the edges. Now that I've spread most of that graphite, could add a little bit. And then the middle, I'm just going to do a very quick pushing out so that looks a little bit deeper in the middle. And that is it. That is our Aquafleur beaded heart. On the back, remember to write your name, the date, and a little journal entry, a little sentence about what's going on in your life. And on the front, we always put our initials. And if you want, you can do it in a way that's a little more fun. Combine them together to make an artist chop. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you had fun.